Hello YouTube family and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is McKinney and I love making capsule wardrobing content and talking about sustainable fashion and how we can make it easy and effortless. Today's video is a big celebration. It's a celebration video for 5K subscribers. And so I'm doing a Q&A in efforts to kind of bridge the gap a little bit about getting to know me better. I would really love to get to know you better too. So if you want to answer any of these questions in the comments, please do so. I really want to maintain a dialogue between me and my subscribers. And now that I've finished with a semester and officially graduated, woohoo! I will be way more active in the comments, so definitely continue the conversation down below. In order to thank you all so much for being a part of this channel, subscribing and liking my videos so that they get in front of other people, I want to do a little bit of a giveaway. So definitely stay tuned till the end of the video to find out what the giveaway is. But for now, I'm going to get into some of the questions. I posted a poll over on Instagram where you could fill out whatever question you wanted to ask me, and I have them here on my phone, so if you see me looking down, that's why. I've decided to make this a little bit impromptu because I just feel like it's more fun that way, and a lot of the time, the more honest answers come out when you just try to answer the question. Although, I will be editing this video, so if I say something I don't want you all to hear, obviously, I'll probably edit it out. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do that, if you haven't subscribed yet and you would like to see more videos like this or even capsule wardrobe content, that's the majority of my channel, please subscribe down below. It would mean so much to me. And of course, as a subscriber, you can get in on the giveaway that I'm doing at the end of the video. So definitely subscribe to this channel and give me a big thumbs up as well. You might notice that my background is a little bit different right now. I'm trying out something new in terms of lighting and in terms of setup, so let me know down below if you like it or if you prefer my other setup, which is usually just a blank wall behind me. So let me know which one you prefer. So I'm really just going through these as they showed up on my Instagram. I'm not going to try to curate them in any particular order. I'm just going to answer the ones that I think reveal the most about me and really let you all get to know me a little bit better. So the first one says, top 5 favorite books, fellow English major here, so curious. So if you don't know, I just graduated with my master's in English this past weekend, and I'm so excited to be done with school. And I think that's kind of a hard question because so many of the books that I read are for class, and sometimes it's hard to enjoy books that you read for school. But I think off the top of my head, it would probably be a mix of both fiction and nonfiction. So the first ones that I can think of are probably Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. I really like anything by him. The Overstory by Richard Powers, which is a really great book about trees, which sounds kind of boring, but it's actually a really good one. Kindred by Octavia Butler is also really great. Atomic Habits by James Clear is my all-time favorite habits book. And for the last one, I'll include one that I'm reading right now. I'm reading Warlight by Michael Ondaatje, and it's kind of an interesting read. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it at the end. The next question is, when do we get to meet Caleb on your channel? So Caleb is my husband. For those of you who don't know, we've been married for 3 years. Well, we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary at the end of this month, so that's super duper exciting. And you know what? I would love to bring him on this channel sometime soon. We'll see if maybe I'll do a men's style edit or really just bring him on to do a couples Q&A or feature him in some vlogs. We're doing some traveling this summer, so I definitely want to document that, and you'll for sure catch some of him in those. All right, the next question is, would you ever dye your hair, cut it really short, try bangs, get a straight perm, etc.? So I have cut it really short, not like Pixie, but I've cut it right here. I'll try to put pictures up on the screen. And I have gotten bangs, and the cutting it short I was okay with. The bangs, not so much. Every single time I decide to get bangs, I'm really excited about it, and I think that it's going to be different from the last time, but it's never different from the last time. I literally always hated on me. So I've learned my lesson and I'm not gonna do those. And I definitely wouldn't get a straight perm just because I do like to embrace my natural curls, which I've been like promising a video on that for a while, but I'm in a little bit of a hair like transition right now. So I'll update you all on that in a later question in this video. Okay, the next one is, if you could only choose one accessory to wear for the rest of your life, what would it be? And that it would definitely be my black belt. It's so simple, but I think that it adds so much to a lot of my outfits, and it just really like highlights the smallest part of my body, and I really like that. I never wore belts growing up, and I didn't really start wearing them until I like restarted my personal style a couple of years back, and my black belt that I got secondhand off of Poshmark has been absolutely invaluable to me, and I will keep it until it absolutely falls apart. Okay, so the next question is, what got you started with fashion / capsule wardrobing? So this is a really great question, and I don't know that I've really gone into detail about like my personal fashion journey. Let me know down below if you would like a video kind of documenting my thought process, but I'll try to touch on it a little bit right now to answer this question. So the months that followed me getting married, I, moved all my stuff out of my parents' house and into an apartment in Tennessee before we moved to California. And as I was kind of gearing up for the move and like looking at my closet and thinking about how I was going to pack things away, I noticed that there was just so much in there that I didn't wear and that I didn't like. So I would literally walk into my closet in the morning and be kind of bombarded with all of these different patterns and colors and like shapes and stuff, and I would get like analysis paralysis and just like end up like wearing the same thing all the time. And even then, I didn't like what I was wearing. Like I didn't feel like I had purchased stuff that I felt really looked good on my body or that I loved. I was really only purchasing things that were on sale or that were cheaper, and I hadn't ever even heard of like slow fashion. It just like never really occurred to me. And so one night I was so discouraged. I was trying to pick out what I was going to wear the next day, and I was so aggravated because I couldn't find anything. Even though I had a closet full of clothes, I was just so unsatisfied. And so I wanted something effortless, just something easy. And so I typed into YouTube effortless style, and one of the first videos that came up was Sina Hanson's effortless style series, and I started watching her videos, and it really transformed the way that I thought about fashion. I started learning about capsule wardrobing. I started learning about slow fashion. I watched The True Cost, which if you haven't watched it, it's a really great documentary, and I really just started learning things, and I decided then and there that that's what I wanted to pursue. And it still is such a journey, right? So personal style is a journey. There is no end destination. It's something that you continue doing for the rest of your life, really. But capsuling has been such a lifesaver in terms of ease. And I'm so happy that 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, I went on that journey. And if it's something you're interested in, I definitely recommend it. This next question is a really fun one. Least and most favorite current trends. So this is so great. So I definitely pay attention to trends. I don't really shop a lot of trends, but I mean, I am like on Instagram and I'm on TikTok. So it's almost impossible to not see current fashion trends. And I think it's fun to keep up with them because you can find ways to wear them with things that you already own. I would say that probably my least favorite trend right now is the low-rise jean. I love jeans, but I will never ever wear a pair of low-rise jeans. If you wear low-rise jeans, no shame at all, like none. I literally don't care. It just is, for my personal body shape, I just don't think that would ever be flattering on me. It would just look really bad. So low-rise jeans, definitely not going there. And then I think my favorite trend, which I honestly don't think is a real trend, like I think it's here to stay, because I largely think that trends are going to kind of dwindle because personal style has become a really big deal in the past couple of years, and I think that people will just be okay with everybody wearing whatever they want, which is probably how it should have been, like from the very beginning. But I'm really loving the move towards wide leg jeans. I really like wide leg jeans. I just added this pair to my wardrobe. I got them secondhand on Poshmark, and I am obsessed. I think they are flattering on every single body type, and I think they look really great. So 2 jean trends, one that I don't like and one that I really like. All right, so the next question is, how long have you wanted to start a YouTube? So I wanted to start a YouTube ever since I kind of got into the whole capsule wardrobing, slow fashion community. And really, I wanted to start a YouTube when I found that I was pretty good at thrifting clothes and getting things secondhand. And I really wanted to document all of that, and I wanted to document my capsule wardrobe journey. And so I probably went like 2 years or at least a year and a half where I really wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't because I was scared of what people would think about me, and I also felt like I wasn't good enough or I didn't have enough content or anything like that. But it's been a long time coming, and I've had a YouTube channel for almost a year now, and I'm so glad that I started one. This is a fun question. What is my favorite childhood outfit? That's like, that's difficult to answer because I don't have, like, I'm sure my parents have plenty of pictures, but I don't have any like pictures that I could show you all of like little baby Lauren. I did have several dress up outfits, and there was one, well, there were a couple that I really loved. So I had this like pink shift dress that was covered in sequins, and it had like a feather lining at the bottom, and that was so cute. It was bright pink. Like ever since I've been a kid, I've loved pink. I had this other really beautiful dress that was gold, had a gold sweet sequin bodice, puff sleeves, and a huge pink skirt, and I think that's probably my favorite of all. If I find a picture, I will put it on the screen for you. What's my favorite place I've ever been to? That's great. I think that of all the places that I've ever been to, I could probably narrow it down to 2. One is Ireland, which I went to Ireland on my honeymoon, and it is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. And even though I have approximately 0 Irish blood in me at all, which is so funny considering the color of my hair, I still feel like a tie to that land, and I really want to go back. Like I said, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I hope that I'll like be putting some pictures rolling on the screen of our honeymoon trip, but it is so stunning and so green, and a lot of sheep and a lot of tea, and I love all of those things. And my second favorite place, or the one that is tied, I would say, is completely different, and that is Singapore. So I was able to go on an Asia trip 2 summers ago, and it was one of the most, it was definitely a life-changing trip. And Singapore is one of those countries that is just so incredible. Like, it's so clean and so safe, and the public transportation is so good, but there's so much to do too, and I really enjoyed it. The botanical gardens there are beautiful. Of course, the Marina Bay Sands is just insanely stunning, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to go there. It's a place that I dream about going back to. What is a hill you will die on? It can be silly or serious. That's a really great question. I think right off the top of my head, it would probably be that the East Coast is better than the West Coast. But I actually can't even commit to that fully because there's so much about the West Coast that I really love. So that's not really an answer, but that's probably a hill I would die on. Maybe. Or maybe I would be wounded on the hill. Yeah. And in the same vein, next question is, how do I feel about living in Cali? I really like California. I live in the Inland Empire, and so I think I would like it better if I lived on the coast, which I think is probably true for most people who live in the Inland Empire. But there's so many places in California that I love. Like, I really love San Diego, and I love the beaches on the California coast. I have yet to visit Northern California, but someday I will, and I'm really excited about that. So I'd say there are parts of it that I love and parts of it that I don't. I really love the weather through the winter and the early spring, but I really don't like the traffic. Yeah, but nobody likes traffic, right? So that's kind of a cop-out. The next one is, you have gorgeous hair. Do you have any hair care / hair growth tips? Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I feel kind of bad answering this question because I do so little to my hair. What I do, I haven't done this always, but I do this currently, is I use silicone-free and sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. I use a lot of conditioner, but that's because I have a lot of hair and it's curly and it's coarse. So those are kind of things I do. I don't wash it very often, probably once or twice a week at most. In between that, I'll usually just like refresh it by spritzing water on it or with a dry shampoo or something like that. Several months ago, I started the curly girl method and I was taking it really, really seriously. And I think that really helped to promote like growth and healthy hair. But unfortunately for me, it didn't really work with my scalp. And I found that I was having a lot of scalp issues. And I also found that the amount of product I was putting in my hair was giving me a lot of acne. So I've since stepped back from the like curly girl routine, like the proper curly girl routine. There are several things about that routine that I still do when I want to wear my hair naturally. So I'll do a video about that just to show you what I do when I want to wear my natural curls. But I really appreciate that. Other than that, I don't use a ton of heat. This is like full disclosure, this is heat styled, right? But I only do like a couple of pieces. I don't really blow dry. I usually air dry unless I am wearing my hair like naturally curly, which in that case I will diffuse on medium heat. So the next question is, what camera do you use for filming? Are you a one-woman show editing wise? Wow, if you all haven't been able to tell that I'm a one-woman show editing wise, I feel like really happy for myself because sometimes I feel like my editing is actual trash. But I like learned this all from absolutely nothing a year ago, and I'm still learning so much. So yes, I do edit all on my own. I'm still learning the best ways to edit, and I'm sure with time it will improve. But for now, I'm just trying to get videos out to you all. For filming, I use a Canon M50. I just got it around Christmas time, and I'm really, really happy with it. I use a Sigma 16mm lens. It's a non-zoom lens, but it works for most of what I need. I am not like a camera gear like professional. I had to do a lot of research and figure out how to use all of this from, like I said, absolutely nothing. So, you know, definitely do your own research, but that's what I use and I'm really happy with it. Okay, so 2 questions about YouTube. The first one is, how did I balance school and YouTube? So I think probably one of the things that I did that helped me the most was that I would leave filming and editing for YouTube until the end of the week, and really just like unfortunately have to cram that in because I was a full-time student, but I was also working a part-time job. And so the weekdays were really, really hard for me. So usually what that meant was I would use all of Friday up until Sundown to film a video and start editing it. And then I would finish editing it on Saturday night or Sunday morning. And then I would post it on Sunday afternoon. So really just like having those like dedicated filming and editing times really, really helped. And then on the days that I wasn't able to secure those times, like let's say I had some papers due or I was traveling or something like that, I would unfortunately have to, and you all know this, post something on YouTube and say, hey, I'm so sorry, no video this week, I'll do a video next week. And so also really just being like flexible with myself and giving myself grace when I wasn't able to get a video out was really important for me because I mean, I really wanted to graduate. So school came first and then work was like a duty that I had to accomplish, and YouTube unfortunately had to come last, but I'm hoping that that won't be the case anymore since I am finished with school. And the next one is tips for starting a YouTube channel similar to your style. I'm thinking of starting one. I feel like I shouldn't even be like giving advice for this because I don't feel credible enough maybe, but I'm trying to get over that and really trying to like embody like the YouTuber mentality. Like, yes, I am a YouTuber, you know, and really trying to lean into that and feel more confident, I think, with that. And so I think the number one tip that I would give you is just do it. Like, just start it. Like, film one video and upload it and go from there. And that's largely what I did. I literally had my iPhone and I would balance my iPhone on some books and I would stack my end table on top of my coffee table in order to be like a pseudo tripod, even though I was just like playing Jenga with my furniture. And you know what? It worked for a really long time. So just start it. Don't feel like you have to have equipment. Don't feel like you have to have a beautiful background. Just do it. Just start making content and those things will all follow. And I think that when I started, I really was trying to emulate other YouTubers that I watched, and I really didn't start finding my own personality as a YouTuber until a little bit later. And in many ways, I'm still discovering that on YouTube. But I don't know if you notice, if you go and you watch the first videos that I uploaded, I was trying to be really soft spoken and I tried to be really calming, but I felt like I wasn't being myself on camera. As much as I love watching relaxing YouTube videos, I also really love watching fun YouTube videos, and I found that I fit into the fun category way more than I fit into the relaxing category. So I hope that's all right with you guys. And I'm just trying to, be true to myself. So know that it's okay, at the beginning of your YouTube journey, if you emulate somebody else or if you take tips from other people, that's obviously okay. But also know that with time, you're going to fall into your own YouTube rhythm, find your own personality on YouTube, and that's really special about being in front of the camera. You become more and more comfortable with it, and you get to show more and more of yourself. So number one tip, just do it. And number two tip, don't stress about feeling awkward or strange on camera. It will definitely come with time. What are the things you value and prioritize most in life? So this is a really great question. I think there are all things that we would like to prioritize every day that sometimes we don't prioritize, but that we know are really, really important to us. And if we had to name them, those are the things that we would talk about. So I think that if I had to name some things that I prioritize a lot in my life, or am striving to prioritize more in my life, I think the first thing would definitely be my faith. I am a Christian and it's a huge part of my identity. It always has been, and I'm really thankful for that part of my identity, and that is a big priority in my life. Not as big as I would like it to be, and I'm sure some of you relate to that, but it's definitely something I'm trying to make even more of a priority. Another thing is an absolute no-brainer, and that is my marriage. My marriage is very, very important to me. Caleb is my best friend and my favorite person in the whole wide world. So to not prioritize that would be so ridiculous on my part. It is a huge part of my life, and I'm so thankful for it. It's the part of my life that makes me the happiest. So I definitely prioritize that. I really value family. I think these are really basic answers, but I think it's because, at the core of us, humans like to prioritize similar things because those relationships are what make us who we are. So my family is so important. I'm blessed to have wonderful in-laws and brothers and sisters-in-law. They are amazing. I'm so, so thankful for my family too. My mom, my dad, my sister especially are, so important to me. I'm very thankful for them. Another thing that I really value that I haven't been prioritizing as much because of school is creativity. So I've always been a really creative person in many ways. I really loved making music a lot when I was a kid, though I'm not very good at it. But I've always loved music, and I've never been a good artist, but I've always loved getting my hands dirty and just many ways to be creative, whether that's filming for YouTube or making a TikTok or a reel or decorating my house or putting together an outfit. Those creative outlets are so important to me, and they haven't been a priority in my life just because I haven't had time for them. And now that I think that I will, I want to make it a really big priority in my life. So creativity is really important to me. Describe your style in 3 words. This is so great because I've been thinking about this a lot lately and about combining different aesthetics, and I want to make a whole video just on that. But if I had to narrow it down to 3 words, I would say feminine slash, oh, this is so hard. Maybe 4. Let's do 4. I would definitely say feminine slash romantic, classic, edgy, and casual. That's what I would say. And I'm trying to introduce pieces and make piece combinations that really bring all of those things together, because that's what personal style comes out of, is the blending of all of those different kind of looks or style descriptors. What was my style before I focused on it? I think that before I focused on my style was really determined by the stores that I had in the mall. So usually that meant J. Crew Factory or Old Navy. Anything that I could find at those places that was on sale. Also some Loft too. J. Crew Factory, Old Navy, and Loft were the places I shopped at the most before I really started to pay attention to my personal style. And I really would just buy what was on sale and what I tried on and liked on myself. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's where you are in your personal style journey. But I found so much freedom in being super, super careful with the things that I picked. So whatever kind of like style descriptors come out of those 3 stores, that's what my personal style would be. All right, the next question is, I would like to know a little bit more about your family. In terms of my family, I'm not 100% sure what you mean, if you mean like my little family, like just me and Caleb, or my family as in like my parents and stuff, so I'll just say both. So Caleb and I have been married for 3 years. I've already said that. He is currently a medical student, so for a lot of time we've just both been students, which has been great, but it will be nice to like start actually working. He is my favorite person in the world, and he's a genius. So I'm very thankful for him. My family, like the parents that birthed me and my sister, my parents are both Brazilian. They immigrated to the United States in the 90s, right before I was born. I was born in Tennessee, and that's where I lived most of my life until I moved to California. My sister is a great person. She is such an activist and such a smart young woman, and I'm so thankful for her. She's really great and literally always makes me laugh. Like, she's so good at that. Here's a picture of my family. This is what we all look like together. This is at my wedding, obviously, because I'm wearing a wedding dress. And the last question is a silly one, but also I feel like you can learn a lot about a person with this question. So what is my favorite food and what is my favorite dessert? So my favorite food, this is so hard because I like a lot. I like food. I mean, who doesn't? So I think categories are probably the best. I really love just like solid like rice and black beans. Like, I know that sounds so boring, but I ate a lot of rice and beans growing up, and it is just such a comfort meal to me. So whenever I feel stressed, or even if I'm just like trying to put something together really quick, white rice, black beans, incredible. Like, you can't do better than that. When I cook at home, I try to cook mostly vegan and vegetarian. Caleb is fully vegetarian. I'm like pretty flexible when it comes to that, but at home I cook fully vegetarian and vegan if I have the opportunity. So really, I really like cooking good food. There's also nothing just like a really good burger, like a really good veggie burger. Like, that is so delicious. And French fries and a milkshake. So like classic all-American meal. Like, that is so good. And then my favorite dessert would probably be, I really like chocolate, but that's kind of boring. Who doesn't like chocolate? Actually, I know a couple of people that don't like chocolate. I really love a well done cake. Like I love like lemon raspberry cakes or like orange cakes, like anything orange flavored. I really like real orange flavored, not like creamsicle. I don't really like that. I also love a really good almond croissant. Like to me, almond croissants are the best kind of croissants, like better than pain au chocolat, like really so good. I love an almond croissant. All right, so that is all the questions. This video is so long, like just looking at like the time on my screen, like I know I still have to edit it. I can already tell this is gonna be a really long video. So thanks for sticking with me till the end. If you're still here, that means that you can participate in the 5K giveaway. So for the 5K giveaway, I'm going to keep it easy by doing an e-gift card, and I'm going to be doing a $50 e-gift card to Cezanne. I've chosen them because I have several pieces from Cezanne that I really love. They ship almost anywhere in the world, so no matter where you're located, you can still purchase their clothes, and they are a sustainable brand that gives back, and I really, really love their pieces. They make some really beautiful feminine pieces, but also some really nice basics. So if you want to enter into the giveaway, make sure to subscribe down below, and when you're finished doing that, go over to Instagram, give me a follow, and like this photo. Any other instructions, if there are any other instructions, will be in the description to that photo. I will put a link to my channel down below, and I'll also put a link to some of my most popular YouTube videos. If this is your first time coming to my channel, this is my first Q&A, so I put some capsule wardrobing content down below if that's why you're here. Thanks so much for joining me today and getting to know me a little better. If you want to answer any of these questions, please do so down below so I can get to know you a little bit better. That would be super duper. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Bye!